Well, thanks for visiting us at KTALnews.com and your Weather Authority app. I'm meteorologist Josh Marces with your all-encompassing winter weather update here on Monday morning, recording this at about 9 a.m. or so. So we'll take into account some of the freezing rain, sleet, and snow that is still falling, and we'll be chatting about some dangerous wind chill temperatures arriving later tonight into the morning hours tomorrow. But just some dangerous roads out there. We are basically a hockey rink outside now. We've had widespread reports of about a quarter to a half inch of sleet and ice, and I would guesstimate that there are some areas that have seen about an inch of snow combined with the sleet. So given temperatures in the teens and 20s all day today, and the cars kind of traveling over that, we'll just kind of compact some of that sleet into ice on the roadways here. It is going to be very dangerous roadway travel probably through Wednesday morning. We will not be back above freezing until maybe midday Wednesday, so any cars that are traveling over this today may reduce it to a bit of a slush, but that slush is just going to refreeze with some of the very cold temperatures we're expecting later tonight. So it looks like this is going to be the final kind of steady push of precipitation coming through, so would expect by about 11 a.m. or so we'll see most of the winter weather taper off in Texarkana. Shreveport may be closer to lunchtime that we see the last of the winter weather push out of here, and we'll probably see some pockets of sleet and freezing rain and maybe even some snow flurries down towards Manny and Natchitoches until about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Now, the best news of all today is that we've really not had too many power concerns. There are a few of our counties and parishes reporting a few hundred people without power, but we were expecting with freezing rain setting up last night that we would see much higher numbers, and of course that was concerning given the cold temperatures coming in tonight. But it looks like the power grid has held for the most part, and the fact that this was sleet for the most part has really helped. You get freezing rain, that tends to weigh down the tree branches, the power lines a little more, and that's what leads to a lot of the power outages. But given this has mainly been sleet, a lot of the power utilities have been unaffected here, but the roads are pretty much a disaster. So I know, just stay at home today if you are essential personnel and you have to travel. Make sure you're taking it very slow, especially if you're on worn tires. There will be a lot of slide-offs today given the amount of ice that we're expecting on the roadways here. But we'll take a look at your Robin's-Toyota Futurecast, and it does kind of show most of the winter weather wrapping up kind of late this morning, early this afternoon. I think we'll stay cloudy. I don't expect that we'll see much sun today, but we should have some sun back during the day tomorrow. So even though we'll be below freezing on Tuesday, you get some of that sun out there, and that should help to melt some of the accumulations, which will then refreeze again Tuesday night. But Wednesday's the day we'll be back above freezing. And as far as the freezing rain potential, I think the window for that really shutting fairly quickly, but we did have reports about 1/10 of an inch of ice in quite a few areas from Cass County and points to the south here. And we could add to that maybe some very light accumulations today, but I think the threat of freezing rain is winding down for the most part, and for the rest of the day this will mainly be snow flurries as well as sleet. And it's been very underwhelming as far as the snow out there. We were hoping to see maybe larger accumulations in the northern Ark-La-Tex, so barely enough to build a snowman today, but we are going to see the snow likely taper off with the freezing rain and some of the sleet late this morning as well. Temperatures today, we're starting out in the teens and low 20s. We're not going to warm up much at all. We'll wind up in the 20s this afternoon. Hard freeze warning coming tonight, so again, all that slush out there on the roads will kind of refreeze tonight. Your actual air temperatures tonight will probably sink to about 8 degrees in Idabel, about 10 degrees in Texarkana, and 16 in Shreveport, which is just brutally cold for us. But if you factor in the wind chill, which will be a thing tonight as well, we've got the wind coming through at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, and even just that light breeze shaves a good 10 to 15 degrees off the temperature. So your current wind chill is below 10 degrees across most of the Ark-La-Tex, and there's that wind chill advisory, which is in effect until noon tomorrow. Check out some of these numbers I'll show you. All day today we'll likely have the wind chill either in the teens or low 20s, but check out the numbers tonight. You can see the wind chill going down to about -4 in Idabel, about -1 in Texarkana, and Shreveport. It will feel like it's about 2 degrees out there. So another reason to stay inside today and tomorrow if you can, but we should see some improvements again as we go through the day on Wednesday. Wednesday is the day we'll be back above freezing. I would expect that in Oklahoma and Arkansas by about 1 p.m. Wednesday afternoon. Texarkana about lunchtime Wednesday will be back above freezing, and I think by the late morning Shreveport, Natchitoches, and most of our deep east Texas counties should be back above freezing by mid to late morning on Wednesday. So that's when we'll really see the roadway improvements here. Pretty cold for most of the week. We'll be in the 50s on Thursday. We have another cold front coming coming through. That one may drop just some light rain on us, but you can see that front coming through Thursday, giving us some very cold temperatures for the weekend as well. So your weekend highs will likely be in the 30s and low 40s. Thankfully, there's no precipitation lingering with that front, so we will put to bed any winter weather concerns, but still going to be a very Arctic-like weekend with lows in the 20s and highs in the 40s, but we should have nicer road conditions by the time we get to next weekend.